Oh, we're having a great conversation over here. Zach, thank you very much. We're talking about the Birds and Bees campaign aimed at helping destigmatize infertility by offering a lighter approach to educating couples about how to increase their chances of conceiving. And joining us this morning, we have Dr. Kaylen Silverberg and Brandy Robb, and Brandy's going to share a little of her story in just a bit. First, I want to start with you, Doctor. The Birds and the Bees campaign.
Yes.
Targeting couples who are dealing with infertility.
We're really trying to increase awareness of infertility and fertility treatment. Infertility affects 7.3 million couples in the United States.
Okay.
And unlike so many other diseases, infertility is curable. Okay. So we can't cure diabetes, we can't cure high blood pressure, we can't cure the common cold, but we can cure infertility.
Right. Now, in your case, it was unexplained infertility. That could be so, I can't even imagine how frustrating that would be, right?
Yeah. And you know, I was surprised. I had no reason to, when my husband and I decided we were ready. We'd been married just a little less than 5 years. Our twins were born a little before our 10th wedding anniversary, so it took almost 5 years, and I had no reason to think that it would be a long road when I first started trying.
How often does that happen that it's unexplained?
It's about 30% of the patients who we see have unexplained infertility, which means they go through a complete evaluation. We can't find a diagnosis.
Okay.
But fortunately, there's still effective treatments, just as in Brandy's case.
So as part of this campaign, you're educating people about the treatments and also maybe to give support to people who are going through this, because I imagine it takes a toll, doesn't it?
It does.
On the marriage.
You know, I remember when I had a feeling that, you know, when I realized it wasn't just happening overnight, like having a conscious decision, I'm not going to let this consume us.
Right.
You know, and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that we were able to share with friends and family what was going on, and people came out of the woodwork who had had similar situations, so I knew there were people I could reach out to that had gone through it. Was that hard at first, though? Because, you know, young couples, they get married, and then the next question is, when are the grandkids coming? You know, and I'm sure you got those questions, and your friends would say, when is it going to happen? Was that hard? What would you want friends to do or family to do in those cases? Once we were trying, it wasn't happening. Was it hard? You know, it was, but I just, I think, I just looked for the positives as I was going through it, you know, like thankful, tried to embrace the life stage we were in. By that point, we got married pretty early, right out of college. Since we decided we weren't ready for a family until after being married 5 years, a lot of our friends had already started families.
Right.
So I tried to just enjoy being with their kids and
staying positive, keeping that mental health. Isn't that so important, Doctor?
It is. It's important, and there's so many resources available. There's a website that we have now called www.increaseyourchances.org/Austin, so people can go there.
Oh, that's nice.
There is a whole Birds and the Bees campaign that's starting tomorrow, so you'll see kooky people dressed up like birds and bees walking around town distributing information.
Okay.
And then also our website. It's txfertility.com.
How much can they increase their chances after working with you guys?
Well, a proven fertile couple has a chance for pregnancy of about 20% per month. Okay. We can take couples whose chance for pregnancy has been 0 and make it 40 to 60% depending upon the treatment in one cycle.
Wow.
And I wanted to say, I shared earlier that it took us almost 5 years, but really it was only a little less than a year once we actively started seeking treatment.
Right.
So it is curable, and I would encourage others, you know, I'm thankful that I had a doctor I could trust and felt like my plan was individualized.
Oh, good. So you actually recommend seeing the doctor right away then, don't wait?
There's no benefit to waiting because we know the end of the story. Everybody's read this book and we know how it ends. It can end happily or unfortunately, if you just keep reading, it can end unhappily.
Well, I know we saw a picture earlier of you and your family, so congratulations.
Thank you.
They're, what, 16 months old now? Oh, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having us.
Good information for our viewers this morning.